Hi and hello everybody. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. This is just going to be a quick live video. Love going live. It's literally the best invention that YouTube has ever made and all of the apps. So quick and easy. But I've taken a minute to actually post this video. I've wanted to come live and talk about this because it's just been such a relevant topic in my life. I am in the middle of my great lock-in season era. You know, everybody's in the middle of the great lock-in right now. Last 4 months of the year. 3.5 really now. And I have just come to the realization, and this is for the last couple of weeks, it's just really been weighing on me, that I have become a much better manifester. And you guys know I love I'm very spiritual. You know, we talk about professional development and we talk about, you know, manifestation, success and personal development and all of these different things, and just kind of like just becoming better in general and just bettering yourself, bettering your life, making just continuing to just progress in your life, and as a woman just becoming, you know, better and, you know, more in tune and more in touch with, you know, who your true nature. And so we talk about all of these things on this channel. And, you know, for me, I feel like I'm a lifelong learner. This work is never going to end for me. Like, I'm going to be doing this forever. The goalposts will just keep shifting. And I've come on and made videos about different things that I've manifested, you know, throughout the course of my life up to this point. And I've also shared with you guys, you know, different things that I am in the process of, that I want for myself, that I'm in the process of, you know, calling into my life. But honestly, I think the major thing that has just been, you know, not only come to my attention, but that's just been like blaring, you know, in my ear is, what do you want? What do you want? What do you really want? Hey, Casey. Okay, I see some more people coming into the live. Hey, everybody. What do you want? Because it's not a matter of whether I'm going to manifest it or not. Hey, everybody. Yay, everybody coming into the live. It's not a matter of if I'm going to manifest what I want. Because I've literally, one thing I always affirm for myself is that I'm a master manifester. And if you know anything about the law of assumption, then you know that affirmations are super, super powerful. And going ahead and practicing those several times a day, changing, you know, your inner conversations. And as a result of that, and continuing to practice that, I have manifested so many things that I've wanted. And I've even been in the process of manifesting where it's like, okay, I manifested what I wanted or what I thought I wanted, and now I don't really care about it. I mean, like, that was great. Like, it's great to have the things that you want, to, like, you know, or the people or the experiences or whatever. But then when you get it and you're like, this is actually not it. That has happened to me several times this year. And as I, you know, just continue to reflect and continue to just like be, you know, just continue into this work. And of course, now we're at the end of the year, you know, gearing towards the end of the I guess, like, our last quarter of the year. I am just realizing, like, girl, you can do it. You can actually manifest what you want, but what do you really want? Because I feel like I've kind of been shortchanging myself. You know what I mean? Like, I manifest this thing and I say I've wanted this thing. And to be honest, in certain scenarios, you might not know what you don't know. You might think you want a certain thing and then actually realize, oh, well, now that I have this, you know, now that I've manifested this lifestyle or this thing into my life, or this way of being, or this person, it's kind of not really what I thought, or it's not doing it for me. You know, I'd rather have this, or I'd rather do this, or I'd rather be with somebody like this. And I feel like sometimes we all have limits in our minds. The work here is to understand that we are limitless and that we can achieve new levels, unlock new heights for ourselves in our lives, accomplish things that our parents never could, that people in our circles haven't been able to do, our best friends and the people that we see in our 3D, and then also that we can achieve the things that others have been able to. So I think it just goes both ways depending on what you're talking about, depending on what you're looking at. But for instance, guys, like, I realized that I got into a job that I thought I wanted, quickly found out this is like, we're halfway there. I was focusing so much on the fact that I wanted to, like, certain aspects of the job I liked, because ultimately I'm like, I want to work from home. I want to make more money. I could do both of those things in this role. But I also wanted time flexibility when it came to my work schedule. And I also wanted, to be able to be truly remote. And if you don't know, I'm here to tell you there's a difference between working from home and working remote. There are positions out there that strictly require you to work from home. You have to be on your home Wi-Fi. You cannot take your laptop and go roam around the world. No, you have to be at home. You can't be on different servers and whatever, because of security reasons and the types of systems that they use and all those different things, which is totally fine. And a lot of people work like that and they're happy, but for me, I was like, I really kind of, I always think the manifestation was half-baked. It was half-baked. And that's happened to me. I'm telling you guys, that's literally been happening to me a lot this year. Half-baked manifestations where I have just shortchanged myself. I haven't fully believed that I could have the thing that I really wanted. So therefore, I don't get the thing that I really want. I've been manifesting half-baked versions of the things that I really want. So what does that mean for me? I have to now go into my self-concept, recalibrate, right? Reframe, and truly decide, what is it that I really want? Because truly, guys, and if you're anything like me, I'm not going to be satisfied until I have what I want. I was just doing some shoe shopping and I realized, and I think I've always been like this, to be honest, but I realized, because I haven't shopped for shoes in a while, but I need like some new sneakers and I need some new shoes. I am actually super picky with my shoes. Super, super picky. I'm going through all these shoes and I'm looking at them and I'm like, I don't like this, don't like that, don't like this little thing about that. This would be cute if it wasn't like that one. I like these, but probably would I wear them? I don't know if I this, that, the third. And when I find something that I like, that I'm like, okay, I want that thing, it's like I gotta have it. Like nothing else will do. Like, this is it. This is what I want. I don't want the dupe. I used to buy like dupe versions of like designer bags. Waste of money. The last time I did that, I was like, I'm never doing this again. I don't want the dupe. I want the real thing. That's what you gotta do. If we're gonna manifest what we really want, we have to be honest with ourselves. We can't allow our limited thoughts, our limited thinking, our limited mindsets to stop us from manifesting the thing that we really want. Not the half-baked version, right? Not the guy that has like some of the qualities that you want, but he's also over here like doing some other weird shit. And you're looking like, well, he's not so bad. I mean, he is this, that, this, he does have this. I know he's not this, but At least he has, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Same thing with the job. Same thing with the money. Same thing with anything, with the shoes, with their hairstyles. Guys, and it's okay to change your mind. Like, I feel like I mean, there have been so many times in my life where I've changed my mind, but that's fine. Give yourself permission. I mean, like, everybody should give themselves permission to change their mind. Once you get to a certain point in your life, once you reach certain goals, once you kind of have enjoyed something for a while, right? Like, it's good to reach an income goal. It's good to reach a savings goal, especially with money. This happens all the time with money. What you thought was a lot of money when you were like 10 years old, it's probably not what you think of as a lot of money now that you're a grown person, right? You're grown. You changed. You might have made $40,000 a year for the last 5 years. Or, you know, incrementally more, but you get what I'm saying. Around 40, 45,000 for the last couple of years. After a while, you're going to start feeling like that's not enough. Even though when you first started making that money, opposed to maybe before you never had full-time income, you know, it's like, yeah, that was a lot of money to you when you first graduated from college, right? That was a lot of money for you when you were like, you know, just starting out. It was great. You were making it. Somebody said, oh, Grey Ghost said, hell yeah, M&Ms are $2 now. Blasphemy. That's so true. Everything has gone up. So, like, why should our income also not go up? Right? I actually went to get my tire changed today. I had to get a new tire. And I was like, dang. I was looking like it costs $25 to patch a tire. What, like, my tire would cost that much, because I was looking at the prices and stuff when I was checking out of different things, and I was like, I used to get my tire patched for $10. A patch. They even told me when I first pulled up to the spot, and the reason I went to that spot, it's like a Mexican-owned tire shop. I don't know where everybody's located, but I'm here in the U.S., and if you're looking for good deals on tires, always recommend going to a Mexican-owned tire shop or Hispanic-owned tire shop. Don't go to, like, you know, the commercial places. Anyway, I was there, and the guy told me, which I'm like, for the first time ever, because I've been going to this place for like years, and they've never charged me to look at my tire. Never. Just to look at it, just to see, oh, well, you know, I think I have a slow leak, or I think I have a nail. They would look at it free of cost. Well, they're not doing that anymore. They are charging $10 just to look at the tire, just to see if there's anything. You might not even, your tire might be fine. It might just need some air in it. Well, guess what? That's going to cost you $10, ma'am. He told me that. I was like, oh my gosh. These people are out here. So things that didn't used to cost are costing. Not that that's like a lot of money, right? But just the simple fact of what life was 5 years ago. This is just to further kind of, you know, explain this point. And I know we all know this, you know, prices rising, but also we're growing, we're changing, we want more. You might live, like right now, I live in a 1-bedroom apartment, but I know for a fact this is only where I'm not going to be here forever, probably for not much longer. I'm praying and believing that I want to renew my lease for 1 more year, and then I want to move. Putting that out there, guys. To a bigger space. It's a great size for me right now, you know. I've been here for almost 3 years. And I even showed you guys when I moved in, I did my empty apartment tour. And I also want to do, before, you know, obviously I move, I want to do like a fully furnished kind of like tour of the place. Because I have a lot has changed since my apartment's been empty. And I think I started a series, and then I haven't really done much at one point since then, but now I'm kind of determined that by the end of this year I want to just live in the fully furnished apartment that I've always wanted. I want all the things. So my Amazon cart is full, believe me, guys. But no, like, this is great for me right now, but this is not where I'm meant to stay. I know that. And you know that too. You know that about yourself. You know that about where you are in your life, whether it's the job, whether it's the relationship, whether it is the body and your weight loss, you know, your weight or whatever the case may be, your health even, whether it is where you're living right now, your living situation. Go for the thing you really want. What do you really want? And I have had to do some real journaling about this because I swear, as soon as you start saying and deciding, you know what, I'm not going to go for the half-baked thing. I'm not going to go for the okay thing. I'm not going to say, oh, well, you know, it's not really what I want, right? Like, honestly, but I guess it'll be good for now. And then I can work towards da-da-da-da-da. I feel like I've been doing that. I have literally had such a hard time releasing certain things that I know are not for me. Not what I really want. Yeah, I'm doing it, but it's not what I really want. You have to get your mind right. And as I'm talking to you guys, I'm talking to myself, believe me. A couple of things that I've been loving lately that have honestly provided some really amazing breakthroughs and still are and still will are subliminals. I've been listening to a lot of subliminal messaging, especially as I go to sleep. Highly recommend High Frequency Guru. If you don't know, now you know. Listen, putting you on. Her videos are on point. And if you don't have YouTube Premium, she does not put ads in the middle of her subliminal videos. I don't like 8-hour long videos like that go the whole time I'm asleep. I prefer like an hour, 2 to 3 hour type of thing. But she does have like some 8-hour long videos if you like that. I like to kind of just let my mind rest while I'm actually sleeping. So after a certain point, I like to kind of like cut the audio. But that's also just highly recommend. But really just getting into affirming. Affirm. When you're alone at home, affirm. Affirm that you have what you want. Affirm that you have the things in life that you want. You know, it could, you might feel like, okay, well, I'm saying this, but I don't really have it. But no, hype yourself up. Be your own hype woman. Be your own hype man. You got to. Nobody else is going to do that for you. There are so many places online where you can get encouragement and you can kind of get that engine started up inside of you. But if you don't take action, get your mind right, and believe that you can actually have the things that you want. Start reading books. Start listening to audios on a regular basis when you wake up in the morning. Start scripting before you go to bed at night. Start implementing these practices into your day-to-day life and be serious about it. And another thing, and not enough people talk about this, but this really helps me. Take action. Take action. For instance, I'm decorating my apartment right now. I want it to be, I have a vision of what I want it to look like for the end of the year. And I was like, okay, this is what I want. I'm going to have everything that I want. So I went ahead, I took action immediately. Amazon, got the app on my phone, started looking. Started hearting, started saving. And granted, I do that often, but I'm doing it with a different intention this time. I'm not just adding things to my wish list. I'm adding it to the cart, baby. I'm adding it to the cart. Okay? As in, the next purchase that I make on this app is going to be this piece of furniture, this thing, this. That's the intention. And I have to be serious about it. You know what I'm saying? So just like that, started looking on Facebook Marketplace. I said, okay, I found, actually, I'm putting together a bar cart. I had just bought it on Facebook Marketplace from a really sweet girl. Super pretty bar cart. You guys will see that eventually. Matches my place, matches the theme, the decor, everything that I'm going for. And got it for a really great deal. It's a great size. It's super cute. Love it. Got it for like $35. I was like, $35? I got $35. Went and picked it up like the next day. Progress. I feel like when you make your mind up that this is what you're going to do, it's going to happen for you. Opportunities will show up. That everything will line up. The money will come. Things will become aligned. And you are going to manifest it. You're going to manifest the thing. You know, same thing with anything else in this world, in this life. If you want more money, if you're trying to make enough to go buy a car or go buy a house or whatever the case, find ways to make money now. Get the engine rolling. Get things happening. That's not to say that, I mean, getting an extra $20 from selling something, let's say on Facebook Marketplace that you don't use anymore. Sure, you're not manifesting you're probably manifesting more money than $20, but you're $20 closer to your goal. Get that engine rolling. Start taking action. If you're manifesting weight loss, if you're manifesting body changes, health changes in your health, take action. Yes, affirm. Yes, change. Start with the mind. But what would a healthy person do? What would somebody that has the money do? You know, would they be stressed out? Would they be worrying? No, you'd be chilling. Like, my bills are paid. I got the money in the account. I know I'm healthy. I know that when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to get up. I'm going to feel good. I'm going to eat my breakfast. I'm going to make my coffee. I'm going to, would a healthy person or a person who's fit think about going to the drive-thru every day during their lunch break? Probably not. So what does that mean? Getting into that identity, getting into, not even identity, because the identity of that person is you. The version of you as that fit, healthy person exists already. So what would you be doing? Well, she probably would have meal prepped her lunch before, like a nice healthy meal, like maybe with some vegetables and some protein, or, you know, maybe some fruits, something healthy. Start doing that. Start looking up recipes. Start looking up workout routines. Figure out how you can start now. Do something. Go for a walk. Whatever it is. Start now. Once you make the decision in your mind, get your body moving towards the direction and see how things will start to come out of nowhere to fulfill that manifestation. God will start moving. He's going to start moving along with you. Things are going to move up to warp speed. You start taking those steps, you get to warp speed. That's how it happens. And as I'm talking to you guys, I'm talking to myself. This is the type of content that I literally live off of. This is what I tell myself day in, day out. When I have my AirPods in, if you see me in real life, and I have my AirPods in a lot. I have them in. I do work full time. I listen to just rampages, and I listen to a lot of Neville Goddard. I listen to a lot of content that is law of assumption, that is about manifesting the things that I want in my life. Submerge yourself into this person, this life, this thing. Submerge yourself into the person that has it. Be, live, think, breathe that you have your manifestation, that it's already happening for you. It exists. Get your mind right. Understand what you really want. Don't cop out. Understand. You can manifest what you really want, but you have to know what that is. And you have to first believe that you can have it. Things are going to start happening. Limited beliefs are going to start popping up. Rewrite those. Rewire your mind. Because, like I said earlier, if you're anything like me, you're not going to be happy with the thing you don't want anyway. So you might as well go for the thing you want. Okay? Now, on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye for now.